All right. I was ready to fuss at my son this morning because I get in the car and my car is like, your door's open. And when he got out of my car last night, when he got back from basketball, I guess he decided it was just too much to close the door. I'm like, dude, don't be running down my battery because you want to not close the door. Anyway, so look, I know it's been a couple days since the Super Bowl, or one day, 2 days. I'm losing track of days already. And I wanted to do this yesterday, but I was caught up. So, let me just say this. Rihanna performed at the Super Bowl, and I was looking, I was like, she looks like she's pregnant. Maybe she just hasn't lost a baby weight, which wasn't that big of a deal to me. I really could care less, to be honest. But the interesting thing was, I was sitting there, my kids were watching. We looked at Step a little later. And I was watching. And I was telling my husband, I said, it's kind of nice that she doesn't have to take off all her clothes. I mean, there was still a little bit of whining and grinding, or whatever it is. But I was like, it's nice that she didn't have to take off all her clothes and cuss anyone out, So I was really pleased with that, especially because, I have kids ranging from 10 to 18. My senior is now an 18-year-old. And we still like to, within reason, make sure we don't overexpose our kids to shenanigans, right? So it's nice that my 10-year-old can sit up and watch a halftime show. They were like, I don't know all of these songs. We were like, you know some of these. Nevertheless, it was nice. Now, why did I mention this? Because I'm sure pretty much everyone thinks I'm a hater. As talented as Beyonce is, since we're constantly comparing these artists, Beyonce chooses to use crazy, suggestive language, and people defend it. That lets me know about them. And everything she does is overly sexual. So her image to young ladies is not a good one. Although everyone thinks like that, because they idolize her, they have a blind spot. But she's not even showing young ladies that you could just come out and perform without having to get undressed. So, I think what she is showing, what she's promoting, regardless if anyone believes me or not, just look at Chloe Bailey, who models basically everything under Beyonce. You gotta come out, you gotta be sexual, you can't wear clothes. Everything you do is about worshiping your sexuality instead of just singing. And the thing is, I believe Beyonce has the talent to do that. I know, I seem to be looking around a lot, but I like to make sure I'm not going to die. So, nevertheless, I just think that Beyonce, her image is one of overt sexuality. She's overly sexual, and yeah. Whereas with Rihanna, and I don't know if it was because she was, allegedly with child. I don't know if she confirmed it, but it sure looked like she was having a baby. She just got out there and sang her song. She performed and sang. And then what happens is people will be like, oh, it wasn't enough, it wasn't good enough. I'm like, the only way a black woman can be good is if she is undressing and debasing herself. So she got out there, sang songs from her collection, had a bunch of people dancing. I didn't really understand the outfit, but I'm hearing that it was paying homage to the person who died, who used to be, I think it's Andre Leon Talley, I forget his name. I think he was, remember the black guy from Vogue? I think that's who they said she was paying homage to. I can't remember. I just didn't really care for the outfits. Nevertheless, I like the fact that she came out there and she just sang and performed. Like, she didn't take off all her clothes and do a whole lot of whining and grinding. And she did some. I was like, But, it's just nice for her to just not have to do all that. And so, like I said, people will say things like, "Oh, y'all are just Beyonce haters." I'm like, no, you are a lemming, and I think people conflate talent with her talent versus what she's actually doing. So no one is saying that Beyonce isn't like a great performer, but what she's doing right now, it has morphed. So let me just say this: I didn't hear every single sermon that was said about her, but I've heard some of what people are saying, and it's true. And so, just the church may be flawed, but multiple things can be true at one time. So when they are saying certain things, like people are like, "Oh, these church people are so," I'm just sitting there thinking, like, wait a second. It doesn't mean what they're saying isn't true, but these are also flawed people. But they still have to call out the shenanigans. But I look at what Beyonce's doing, and it's not moving in the right direction. To me, it's giving low self-esteem. It's giving a 45 plus year old woman, probably pushing 50, because we all know that allegedly the age that she claims to be is her industry age, not her real age. You know, it's giving a middle-aged woman with low self-esteem trying to remain relevant. It's giving, I need so much attention. Like, if you notice, she never leaves the spotlight. She has to have that fix. She needs that adoration and adulation. She needs the public affirmation. She needs it. Why do you think she doesn't stay and just raise her kids for a while or whatever it is? You know what I mean? Not only that, I think for me, there's a little sadness there, but only but so much, because it's not my life. But I do feel bad for little Blue Ivy, that she keeps her in the media and the industry. This young lady is still a baby to me. I think she's around the age of my daughter, maybe a little bit older, maybe a year older, I don't know. But I just feel like, and there's something about her, I feel like we should be praying for a hedge of protection around this little girl, the way she's got her overexposed. And people say, "Oh, well, that's Beyonce." I'm like, exactly. That's why they should be protecting her, because it is Beyonce. But nevertheless, I digress. Let's get back on topic. Rihanna was able to come out and perform without having to get undressed. And like I said, there are people who are literally shooting down her performance. I'm like, so basically there's nothing she could do other than get naked and pop, booty pop or whatever. That's the only way black women can be considered a success. Beyonce is going to show up on her concert in no clothes, basically. And she's going to just basically go on and on and on about her man, her body, and maybe her money. All the things that are considered wicked of the world. So, anyway, I said what I said. Can I turn this off now? Oh, yeah, I can turn this off now. And, I don't know. Y'all know. Go ahead and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. You can call me a hater. I'm going to be honest. I'm like, okay. She's got too much talent to waste it on some of the shenanigans she's got going on. Look, you already got sick people out here. You've got people out here who are already sick and troubled individuals. And because they are, especially those in the LGBT community, because right now she's giving them shout outs, and so they're feeling all warm and fuzzy. But they are, so many people in that community are already troubled, just like people who are not in the community are troubled. So I think she's doing a lot of pandering. She's doing a lot of pandering. She knows black people are going through it, or black women are going through it, so she'll pander to the blackness or whatever. And she'll pander to the LGBT community. I'm telling you right now, you know what I think is next? I think, because there's never enough. There's never enough for Beyonce. I'm telling you what's going to happen. She's coming after white women next. She's really going to she's coming after white women next. She's going to start pandering to white women. And I'm telling you, because there's something unhealthy going on with her. I mean, look, it doesn't make sense when you have everything and it's never enough. You need that fix from the public. You've got those 3 babies at home. that need you more. That's not to say that you can't have a career, but when is she ever not out here? And I'm like, oh my goodness, is this another leotard situation? I mean, like, what is going on? I would love to just see her perform and just look. Shantae Moore did that performance when I think it was the Soul Train Awards or whatever. I don't know. I saw clips of it. You know, I don't really watch award shows. She came out. She did a little bit of dance, whatever. She had sex appeal, but she didn't have to booty pop on stage. And you know what she did? She sat down and sang, "It's alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's gonna be alright." Now I can't sing like her. I just like to sing. Does that make sense? But she went out there and she sang and she was gorge, and she hit her little high notes, and I was like, yes, Shantae, yes. And she performed. Mariah Carey, she can't dance with a lick, but she'll just go out there and rest in her talent. You know, she doesn't have to be in pasties and a thong on a stage. She just knows that she's got it and she'll sing. So I know each artist is different, but like I said, there's something unhealthy about a middle-aged woman, 45, 50 years old, however old she is, that feels the need to continue to do that. So for all those little sickos, the wows, the whacked out weirdos out there who are going to co-sign that behavior, I'm like, you're just as sick as her. It is what it is. Don't be mad at me. That's why these are my opinions. The Black Opinionated Woman, also known as about. I want to make it clear. I am not discounting her talent. But I'm like, use your gifts for good at this point. I mean, like, grow. You're going in the opposite direction. You're practically just bumping and grinding on stage and stuff. So we'll see what happens with her new tour that everybody's giving up all the little bit of rent money and medication money for. Not me. Not me. I'm trying to go on vacation this year, like I always do. All right, so, you know, go ahead and hit that like button because you know you like me. Let me know your thoughts. I am very interested to hear what your thoughts are. Was it great that Rihanna was able to keep her clothing on? I thought it was fantastic. Go, Riri. All right, and if it's true that you're having a baby, you look like it. I think that's what everyone's saying. Congratulations.